she came up to San Francisco to shoot another film after that. And it was like she needed to see me at home. And she came here. I was living in the cottage in the back. And she met Jeremy. And that's when she realized this is all a dream. You know, that what we had there, I was a different guy. When I tried to be in the same room with her and my wife, I had two different faces trying to come on my face at the same time and could feel it. They didn't fit on my face at the same time. They just couldn't put two faces together and be the one person. Now there are two different lives, and she saw that. She saw that, and she saw that I was making the choice of my wife, and that pretty much cooled her out. There were no more calls after midnight and this and that.
What about Francis Ford Coppola? Francis Ford Coppola, what was this?
Oh, I said to her when we get to it's now that's 6 months later, it's the awards, and he's in her room, and everybody's astonished, and do I want to meet him? And I said, look, I don't think Francis Ford Coppola wants to meet me, okay? So thank you, but no thanks. And then later she called back and said, well, he's gone now. Come on over. And my wife was not in the room then. She'd gone out with the kids. And so I said, okay, I'll stop by for a quick drink. And I went over and was in her room, and we shared a chaste kiss that said essentially, I'm not your lover, and I never will be your lover. And by now she's been fucked by John, Joey,
and Francis.
And Francis. and a whole list of other porn people.
But she's made movies with. She's made a lot of movies in the last 6 months. The fact is that she was fucking hot. Everybody had to fuck her. That's really the point. She was as pretty as she looked, right?
Well, I don't know that she was hot at all, ever. I know that she looked good.
Looked cute.
And everybody put their own dream on that and went after it. But I don't know that that was ever her. I don't know that she ever had a real orgasm. I'm just telling you, I never experienced her as a sexual being. She just was young and pretty.
Okay.
And she was riding that and using that. And, you know, I agonized a long time trying to understand, number one, did she kill herself or was she murdered?
That's what I want to bring up, too. Well,
because in the book, in real life, when I was in her room, just she and I, she said to me, I said, how's your boyfriend? And he said, well, if some people knew that I know what I know, I'd be in a lot of trouble. And I said to her, that sounds like a really good group of people to get away from. She said, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay? 3 weeks later, she's dead. What the fuck am I supposed to think?
And she wasn't a negative person, right? She wasn't acting...
She was, at the end of the night, that night, she told me she was off of cocaine. And then the awards happened, and I saw her after the awards waiting for the elevator. We were both staying at the hotel. And she was sniffing, and I thought, oh, she's been crying. And then I realized, no, she hasn't. She's on coke. And she noticed me noticing, and she said, well, it's the awards, you know. She was an addict.
But you don't think she killed herself?
No, I don't, but I do.
She was murdered.
Because, well, a lot of people who knew her did not think it was a stretch to imagine her killing herself. And I mean knew her at home.
Oh, really? Okay.
In Michigan or Minnesota, or wherever the fuck it was. They were not, that made sense to them. It didn't make sense to me strictly because of what she had said to me. That's what really echoed loud. And, you know, I wrestled with, well, what's my play here? Number one, I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a detective. I'm not going to go looking for a killer with what? Your words? You're bad? you murdered somebody? Who am I going to... The boyfriend's in prison, so I don't know who, you know. I don't know how this is going to go down. But the bottom line, as I wrote in the book again, is that she's dead. And that ain't changing. So whether it's this or that or the other thing, it doesn't matter in the end.